the first place, CNN did not obtain anything. Lanny Davis gave it to them. So why doesn't their headline say, former Clinton war room lawyer and defense hack provides CNN with secret tape of Trump and his lawyer? I guess that's the headline today. But frankly, Sturdley said he was getting bored with all this FISA stuff. This stuff is all about Trump's private life. This has nothing to do with Donald Trump, even as a candidate. And is it just me? I have to ask, folks, did I dream this? Seems like it was just a couple weeks ago that the Democrats and the media literally went crazy when Louis Gohmert asked Peter Strzok about his private life, i.e. having an affair with another FBI lawyer while investigating Trump and trying to sabotage the Trump presidency and campaign. And everybody went nuts. And everybody said that Louis Gohmert should be ashamed. The Democrats in unison on that committee, they turned around, they started pointing fingers at Louis.
Sitting there with a little smirk. How many times did you look so innocent into your wife's eye and lie to her about Lisa?
Mr. Chairman, this is outrageous.
The credibility of a witness
Shame
is always
on
an issue.
Mr. Chairman, please.
Have you, Mr. Chairman, this is intolerable harassment of the witness.
What's wrong with that? You need your medication.
The gentleman controls the time.
I ask that the witness be permitted to respond to
He will be permitted. He will be permitted to respond.
Bill Clinton's sex life.
Only Bernie Sanders can segue from Bill Clinton's sex life to climate change. That was impressive. But what is the answer to the question? Is it fair game or not?
No, I think we got more important things to worry about in this country than Bill Clinton's sex life.
But Louis, of course, was not intimidated and kept probing on this. But you remember that? Well, now all this is the creation of noise. This is really the creation of noise. The Democrats have tried this before. This isn't even get close to the NBC Access Hollywood video. There isn't any crime in anything that supposedly is on that tape that's been released. We discussed this tape being released yesterday.
It is a big night here. I'm Chris Cuomo. Welcome to Primetime. We have one of the Michael Cohen tapes.
Moments ago, the New York Times posting a blockbuster report. Michael Cohen, the president's longtime personal attorney and fixer, secretly taped then candidate Donald Trump.
Just courage in time. I'm not worried about this Cohen stuff. I'm not worried about any of this. But let me tell you what. Donald Trump continues to do his job. Donald Trump is doing what he was elected to do. And he is succeeding at it. And the people that voted for him know it. This stuff is not sidetracking him. What it is doing, the only thing that this is doing is creating all this noise that is preventing other people from learning how successful Trump is and how successful the agenda is. If this noise were not what it is today, if it were not that loud, this distracting and so forth, I dare say Trump's approval numbers would be well in the 50s. And that's what they're trying to do, is create all this noise. I just decided today I'm not going to play. I'm not going to let them distract me or this program for the same old thing recycled the 1,000th time. If CNN wants to just go insane before our very eyes each and every day doing this kind of stuff, let them have it. But I'm through with them setting the agenda. I'm through with CNN and the New York Times and the rest of them defining for the rest of us what the narrative is every day.
Leadership's about consistency. You said it in your book, The Art of the Deal. Your most recent book, too, you talk about the consistency needed in leadership. 1 minute you said, or not 1 minute, years ago you said Monica Lewinsky, they shouldn't have chased after it like this. Bill Clinton's sex life shouldn't be an issue. Now you're saying it's like one of the main issues. You know, how's a voter supposed to see you for that?
I tried to help them a little bit because it was important for me as Secretary of State, as a senator, to have all these people on my side. I needed votes for things. I got many things done. I needed votes. And I would have these people on my side. So I wasn't going to get involved in the Monica Lewinsky thing, and I wouldn't get involved in it now.
You're bringing it up.
I don't really care about Monica Lewinsky other than I think that, Hillary was an enabler, and a lot of things happened that were, obviously very seedy. I mean, he was impeached, for heaven's sake. He was impeached over this
But that was a political process, right? The Senate wound up not going along with it. He wound up being one of the most popular presidents in history.
One of the cases, like a massive fine. I think his law degree was even taken away. He wasn't able to practice law. So obviously it was a big thing. But I would always stick up as a businessman, I would always stick up for various people, whether they were friends or not, because in many cases I needed them. I needed their votes to get things done.
So what you're saying is that back then when you needed them, you were okay with what Bill Clinton was doing. But now that you want to take votes from his wife, you're not okay with what he was doing.
No, you have to understand. They called me sexist, and all of a sudden
they called you that because of what you said about women.
You mean
not
out of
because
nowhere,
of
she comes out and starts going. And the reason that happened, Chris, it was very simple. The reason that happened is because I'm doing very well in the polls. In some polls, I'm beating her. And I think I'm going to beat her easily if I get the nomination.
I understand, but you have
to
remember the reason it happened is because of what you said during the first debate about women. You went at it with Megyn Kelly, and then what you said about Carly Fiorina.
What did I do with Megyn Kelly? I didn't do. She asked me a totally inappropriate first question, and I fought her. If a male asked me that same question, I would have hit him just as hard.